Harvey Milk was a rebel with a cause. And in the brand new movie Milk, Sean Penn portrays him with such authenticity that it's hard to tell the two apart. The past and present of the Harvey Milk story are intertwined closely in all sorts of ways. Our John Blackstone follows the thread.
On 8. No on 8.
It is an accident of timing. Just as gay right activists have taken to the streets angry over the ban on same-sex marriage in California, the struggle for gay rights has also moved to the big screen.
If we're going to beat this thing, we need everyone.
In the new movie Milk, Sean Penn plays Harvey Milk, the first openly gay man elected to any public office in America.
You're not like most homosexuals, Iona.
Do you know a lot of homosexuals, Dan?
We are just like everybody else. Some of us smart, some of us dumb, some of us are brilliant.
It was in 1973 that Harvey Milk first ran for a seat on San Francisco's Board of Supervisors. He owned a camera store on Castro Street, the heart of the city's growing gay community.
Thank you very much. I'm running for supervisor. I just got tired of our politicians and the waste of money and the disrespect for us, so I decided to do something about it.
Milk didn't get elected in that campaign or the next one. But as the movie shows, he had better luck in 1977 when he brought in a new campaign manager.
Gentlemen, Ann Cronenberg, a woman.
23-year-old Ann Cronenberg is played by Allison Pill.
Sir, my girlfriends say you guys don't like women. I'm just asking. Is there a place for us in all this, or are you all scared of girls?
And I walk in, and it's, who is she?
Today, Ann Cronenberg is Deputy Director of San Francisco's Public Health Department. She still treasures a button from the campaign that got Harvey Milk elected.
I knew that we were doing something really important. I knew that we were doing something that was causing or going to create a lot of change. I did not know that I would be part of history.
Are you going to be a supervisor for all the people? I have to be. That's what I was elected for. I have to be there to open up for the dialogue, for the sensitivities of all people.
And let's work together.
He said, you know, it's not about me. This is much bigger than me. This is about all of the people who have not had a voice in government before and now feel they have a voice.
He was the most remarkable man I've ever met.
Cleve Jones was close to Milk from his earliest campaigns. He went on to be an AIDS activist and creator of the AIDS Memorial Quilt. It has been Jones' goal for years to have a movie made about Milk's life.
It's more than an issue. This is our lives we're fighting for.
Harvey Milk was an ordinary man. He was not a genius. He was not a saint. His personal life was often in disarray. And yet, because he spoke the truth, he in fact changed the world.
In the movie, Jones is played by Emil Hirsch.
I don't do losing.
He gets a lesson from Sean Penn's Milk on how to arrive with style at City Hall.
Anytime you come here, I want you to wear the tightest jeans possible. Never blend in and never take the elevator. Always use the stairs. You can make such a grand entrance by taking these stairs.
Right, if you're really a queen, you're going to walk up these stairs.
Like successful openly gay politicians across the country, Tom Amiano has benefited from the barriers Harvey Milk demolished.
Absolutely. As he said, welcome to my theater. This is my theater now.
Amiano served on San Francisco's Board of Supervisors for 13 years. He's just been elected to the State Assembly, a political career inspired by seeing Milk in action on San Francisco's Board of Supervisors in 1978.
He had this nonchalance about, I mean, he was enjoying it. You can imagine he wanted something all those years, and all of a sudden he's in a power position.
Milk got on well with George Moscone, the city's popular and liberal new mayor. Other supervisors then included Diane Feinstein, now a California senator, and Dan White, a former policeman and, like Milk, newly elected.
And then Dan White was the third seat.
So this one here, Dan White sat up here.
Although seated close to each other, Dan White and Harvey Milk were political opposites. In the movie, White is played by Josh Brolin.
Society can't exist without the family.
We're not against that.
Can two men reproduce?
No, but God knows we keep trying.
But White, it seems, was overwhelmed by personal problems when he carried a gun into San Francisco City Hall and brought chaos 30 years ago, November 27, 1978.
It's my duty to make this announcement. Both Mayor Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk have been shot and killed. The suspect is Supervisor Dan White.
With Moscone's death, Diane Feinstein became mayor.
I remember it actually as if it were yesterday, and it was one of the hardest moments, if not the hardest moment of my life.
Dan White had walked right past Feinstein's office looking for Harvey Milk.
And I saw him come in, and I said, "Dan, can I talk to you?" And he went by, and I heard the door close, and I heard the shots and smelled the cordite. I went down the hall. I opened the wrong door. I opened the door. I found Harvey on his stomach. I tried to get a pulse and put my finger through a bullet hole. He was clearly dead.
Cleve Jones arrived soon after.
I saw 2 feet sticking out of Dan White's office into the hallway, and I knew it was Harvey because he only had one pair of dress shoes, an old pair of wingtips that had holes in them.
What was it like around City Hall, around the city?
Somber, sad.
By that evening, Ann Cronenberg recalls, the city's sadness was flowing into the streets.
And I can remember walking to Market Street and seeing literally hundreds of thousands of people marching with candles and joining in the march, and it was silent. The only sound that you could hear in that march were people crying.
Dan, what are you doing?
Dan White quickly surrendered and confessed. At his trial, White's attorney invented the famous Twinkie defense, arguing successfully that too much junk food had made White mentally unstable. There were riots in San Francisco when the jury convicted White of manslaughter rather than murder. He went to prison for just 5 years, but soon after his release, committed suicide. On Friday, with one more candlelight march, San Francisco marked 30 years since the City Hall murders. There were vows that Harvey Milk would never be forgotten.
I am dedicated to this city and district, dedicated to it. But I also realize that symbolically that I am, not just to gay people, but to many other people, I'm a symbol of hope.
30 years later, many of the freedoms Milk sought have been achieved. And through the years, many minds have been changed.
It's about discrimination.
Diane Feinstein, once opposed to same-sex marriage, now supports it. After more than 30 years in the harsh world of politics, she knows that what people want most often goes beyond rights that are written into law.
There is a right to happiness, too. And happiness is an ethereal quality, but by golly, it sure is important.
My name is Harvey Milk, and I'm here to recruit you.
It's a coincidence that the movie of Milk's life is being released just as the battle for same-sex marriage is heating up. But it's a coincidence Harvey Milk, always a showman, undoubtedly would have savored.